Hello, gorgeous human beings of the Cash Program. Yesterday was very fun. I have loved watching inside the group some of the context that you're setting. You're getting it. This is good. And if it's a little confusing and you're a little stressed about it, please don't be stressed about it. It's all going to come together. So, most important thing yesterday that we talked about was setting the context and really seeing that the overarching context that we create for our lives, depending how big or how itty bitty the context is, changes our ability to stay connected and to be in the vibe and to be in the energy. So a lot of the time, the context sets the vibe of the dream, sets the vibe of the vision. And so the smaller, I'm just jumping in. I hope that's okay. Hello, I love you. I'm happy you're here. I'm already in. Okay, we're in. So the context, the energy depends, like the less energy you have, the smaller the context it is. The bigger the energy you have, the bigger the context it is. And you can grow and stretch your context as you grow and stretch your energy. Your capacity to hold people, your capacity to hold conflict, your capacity to hold when something goes wrong, what's the word? I want to say diversity, and that's not the word at all. Your ability to hold disappointment, yes. Duality, hello. Why did that word just exited my brain? Your ability to hold duality, thank you. Your ability to hold all the things, adversity, that's also a good one. Your ability to hold adversity, your ability to hold duality, your ability to hold conflict stretches your capacity to hold a bigger context. So even when I started my journey, I could not have imagined that one day words coming out of my mouth would be like, I am here to normalize big hands. I'm here to normalize big hands. It's what I'm doing. It's what I do now. I normalize big hands for women. To normalize big money in the hands of women. To say things like, to restore gender equality around wealth for entrepreneurs. Like, we're completely in charge of our financial future, yet still, even in entrepreneurship, there's more men that are making more money than women. If we want to see women also earning big money, it's a huge context. I don't even know that I would have known to think that when I first started. The context of like healing generational wealth, the context of all people, because that's even changed since Alpha Femme. Now we hold all people. Although I'm a woman and I speak mostly the language of women, I have people of all walks of life that come to me and say, I love what you teach. And although I don't resonate with everything, because you're a woman speaking to mostly women, I can pick up so much learning from you. The context has grown. Also setting men free, setting men free from those gender limitations of the man should be the one that earns. For how many years have good men been not chosen because they made less money? Like really good men. And women said, I have to choose the one who can provide for me, even though my heart pines for you. Although you're the one who makes me dream. You're the one I think of. You're the one, but I can't because my family is rich and they expect more for me and for my kids, or because I need to choose a man that has the money, and if I'm going to have a good life. And so I'm choosing money over love. And so to set men free from that paradigm where you can be loved for who you are, not how much money you make, like these contexts have shown up so big now, and they weren't that way before. Now I'm really stretching the context for what I believe is possible for me, for you, for us. That's an even bigger context. When I first started this, it was trying to set myself free for me. For you, for us, became bigger layers of context. So as I stretch my context, I stretch my power. I stretch my ability to hold my understanding of life, of people, of bigger context. And the thing with the context is that the bigger it is, the smaller everything else is. The little milestones and the little pit stops on the way to the big context, they're inevitable. It's like, if my whole goal in life is to stop the next rest stop on the highway, I am looking like at every sign, like, is there going to be a restroom there? Is there a rest stop? Am I going to stop soon? Am I going to be able to stop soon? But if my context is making it to across the country, I'm going to pass so many rest stops, it's hard to count. And even if I missed one, I'd get the other one. Because in a bigger context, there's going to be rest stops all the way. But on a context where I need a rest stop right now, I'm very stressed. And you're going to notice that when you need to go to the restroom, the closer you get to the restroom, the more urgent your need to go to the restroom is, even if you've been able to hold it for 2 hours. The minute you get to be 10 minutes away, 5 minutes away, 2 minutes away, it's like your bladder knows. This is how we do with manifestation. You have this big dream and it's fine and you're cool and you're chill, and then all of a sudden you're real close to hitting it this month. And whatever is in charge of your bladder becomes in charge of your mind, and you're like, I need people to buy from me now. I need evidence right this second. Somebody needs to tell me. You've been waiting 10 years for the relationship of your dreams. You've been dating 2 weeks. You cannot handle another day without I love you. You need to know where you stand right now. Why? Why the panic? Because the closer I get to the finish line, somehow this sense of extreme panic takes over my bladder, my mind, my heart. Like, I need an answer now. I need a restroom now. I need a snack now. I need whatever it was that I didn't need 1 hour ago that I was fine to wait 2 hours for. Now it's close. I need it now. So close. I can't not have it right now. And we do this in the manifestation sequence. So the bigger context creates that everything on the way there is going to get crossed. Like, you're going to cross a rest stop. It's going to happen. If your context is falling in love and having the greatest love affair of your life, hearing I love you is part of that journey. You don't need to put pressure on that. There is no way. It is inevitable that you're going to cross that bridge on the way to the greatest love affair of all times. You don't get the greatest love affair of all times without I love you. But if you switch the context to this tiny little energetic context, you're focusing on, has he told me he loves me yet? Has she told me that she's ready to be just with me and she's not going to be seeing anybody else yet? Are they ready to commit now? Instead of continuing on that big context of the greatest love affair of my life, and whenever they're ready and whenever it's time, what's meant to be will be. The greater the context, the more space, the more ease, the more flow. The smaller the context, the more fear, the more restriction, the more checking in. And so this is really important to remember, because the next step of the manifestation sequence and of the sales sequence is A, which is alignment. Now, I hear this word utilized funny all the time. People be like, you've got to be in alignment. With what? You are in alignment. That's how you manifest. You're manifesting all the time. I'm manifesting all the time. You are in alignment. Always. With what? I'm in alignment with being very stressed that I'm not going to hit my goal this month. Well, congratulations. You did it. You told yourself you were not going to probably hit the thing that you wanted to hit, and then you were in alignment with that belief until the end of the month came, and you did not, in fact, achieve the goal that you wanted, and you are in complete alignment with your fear. Congratulations. You received the exact result that you have been manifesting this entire month. Congratulations. I'm so afraid about this relationship not being the right relationship, because what if my heart gets broken? Ooh, you're going to align to that? Well, I mean, I'm going to think about it and stress about it and act weird about it. And then guess what? The relationship doesn't work out and you were an energetic match. You stayed in alignment through the finish line. Congratulations. Congratulations. You stayed in alignment with the thing you didn't want and you got it. The booby prize goes to. We're always in alignment. But with what? This is not crooked if it's in alignment with this. This is only in alignment if it's in alignment with this, because this might look like alignment, but it's not if it's with this. We think we're in alignment. With what? So here's where we get into a little bit of a issue. So we create this big context. I desire to achieve a 6-figure year or a 7-figure year. We're going to go with 7-figure year because I'm calibrating us all to millions in this moment. So if you've already done a 7-figure year, 7-figure month, Okay. So we're calibrating to a 7-figure year. So that is not actually a big context. As wild as that sounds, that is not a big context. Why? Because your brain is going to do this. In order to hit a 7-figure year, you need to have at least an $84,000 month. And if I don't have an $84,000 month, I probably won't have a 7-figure year. That's how fast you can destroy that context. It means it's tiny. A context that is big can't be destroyed with a train of thought. And the reason it's so important to stretch the context is because our trains of thought go all over the place based on all kinds of different things. You're having a bad day, you're going to unwind your train of thought and your context is gone. So you want to create something that's so big it can't be destroyed by a train of thought. So if you're thinking your context is huge, that you're aiming to be a millionaire, think again, I can destroy that thing in like 3.5 seconds. Like you need 1 or 2 pieces of evidence or lack of evidence and the whole thing's kaput. Like you're like, oops, don't believe anymore. If you don't believe anymore like that, it was not a strong context. And you will be shocked at how fast you stop believing in things when it's possible to destroy them with a train of thought. So if I say, I am going to create more wealth than I could possibly imagine to create in my lifetime, I can't today even conceive the wealth I'm going to create. And I don't even need to know now because it's going to happen over the course of my lifetime. But on top of that, I'm going to celebrate every single extraordinary milestone around wealth because I am going to utilize all of those celebrations and the unrealistic, unreasonable wealth I create in my life to empower human beings and normalize big wealth in our hands. Like that is what I'm going to do. Try to destroy that with a train of thought. You can even empower the context even more. Whether I succeed or fail with money, in every moment, I will find the lessons that are necessary for me, for you, for us to calibrate to wealth faster and stronger than ever before. Every hiccup on the road on the way to wealth for me will just be a stronger teaching factor for me to be able to empower more people, no matter what their journey is around money, to become more financially aligned with limitless abundance over a lifetime and exponential wealth. Try to break that down with a train of thought. It's like I am literally bulletproofing my belief systems. Now, when you're surface level manifestation and you're learning from a book, you're going to read like, you want to have a really positive thought. And this is a really positive thought. It's a really positive thought to say whether I succeed or fail around money, I will always bring that back to a teaching, which will empower me and you and us for the rest of time to make more wealth forever and ever. This is a very positive thought. The thing with a positive thought is that it has a very simple energetic flip side, which is what people would call a negative thought, which is, who am I to think I can do that? I can't. And so that is how you dwindle a context that's just a thought. So if you don't actually feel every fiber of every part that makes up your energetic context, if it's just a positive thought, it can be destroyed like this. I am going to do blah, 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 blah. Who am I to think I can do that? I can't. It doesn't even need a train of thought. It just needs its vibrational opposite. It's not true. No, I can't. So if you don't build this up from truth, it's just a thought. This is why big contexts like this don't actually land for everybody. You may be listening to me say things like this and your body is not feeling like, yes, your body's feeling like, what? I don't think I have that big of a context. It's okay. It's okay, but you're going to find what the biggest context is that you can find that cannot be unraveled by a train of thought. And it's not just a thought that can be negated by its opposition. It's not just, I'm going to be wealthy. No, I won't. I am capable of doing big things in my life. No, I'm not. You've got to believe it. There's got to be, and this is the most important part in creating your context, the biggest context you feel is true. So let's say, for example, you don't believe in the 7-figure year yet. I'm trying to calibrate you to it right now, and you're like, no. But what if instead I said, I am becoming an energetic match for celebrations around wealth so that I can celebrate my way to however many riches I'm meant to have in my life. I'm going to make sure that it's a positive experience. And so every amount that comes into my life, I'm going to really